Hi, just a couple of thoughts for you on diet. I mentioned this last time in my last post, and I got a great response from it. So here's just an extension of that one series of thoughts for you that I found just very useful. It's a philosophy that underpins what I'm doing in terms of now the cutting phase, and I'm down to 236 today, which is a drop from 263 5 weeks ago. So it's a very significant drop. It's been continual drop, a steady drop, and it's achieved through a combination of correct caloric intake, the right sort of food, and some exercise. And all this stuff is very, very simple. As I said last post, there are no secrets. So here's just a simple idea for you for diet today. Every mouthful, every meal, every time. I mentioned that every time you put something in your mouth, it counts towards you. There was a study just done recently about casual grazing, and they used a group of at-home mums who were having trouble losing this weight. And what they found is that with casual grazing during the day, they were eating an extra 800 to 1,000 calories randomly. The odd cookie here, the odd hand of nuts here, the odd packet of chips here, the odd leftovers. But by the end of the day, they were keeping on the beef, even though they were exercising or dieting, as it were, because they were eating an extra 1,000 calories a day just grazing. So every mouthful, every meal, every time, everything that goes into your mouth is for a purpose. It's either going to be fuel for your body engineer, or your body engineering system. It's going to be fuel for what's going on here biomechanically, or it's going to be stored as fat to be used at a later date, or not at all, depending upon your lifestyle. The second thing is, this is a real simple rule I learned years ago when I was first dealing with being overweight. And, as I said before, I've deliberately put on 60-odd pounds as part of a bodybuilding process. But there was a stage in my life where I really had a problem with it, high blood pressure, everything else. And this is just a very simple key that I learned. It was simply no sugar, no dairy, and no carbs. No sugar, no dairy, no carbs. Now, let me clarify that a little bit. No sugar, no dairy, no carbs. No sugar you can get. There's just so much sugar in our refined foods. It's just no good for you. No dairy. The cheeses, the milks, all that sort of stuff is just it's just no good for you. It's just going to bulk you up when you're not trying to bulk up. And the no carbs thing, don't get freaked out by that. It just basically means no, like, white potatoes. It's a low GI food, but if you just remember no carbs and remember things like no white breads, no white pastas, no white rices, no white potatoes, then you're pretty much covered the gamut of it. A sweet potato is a fantastic thing. It's a low GI food. You can get some whole grain rices, whole grain pastas, whole grain protein-enriched breads. But that's just a very simple way so that every time you go shopping, every time you sit down to a meal, you remember every mouthful, every meal, every time. And you remember no sugars, no dairy, and no carbs. Or the right carbs is maybe a better way to saying it. Thanks.